The international airport that afternoon was filled with human bustle. The sound of suitcases clashing against the floor, boarding calls echoing through loudspeakers, and camera flashes from fans and entertainment reporters milling around every corner. In the middle of the crowd, a tiny figure with a wide black hat and a medical mask lowered his head, trying to melt into the crowd. She is Zhao Jinmai, a young actress who is in the spotlight because of her booming drama project. No one expected that his quick steps were not just towards the usual departure or return. There are other goals. More personal, more secret, and more thrilling. The amateur camera of a sudden fan caught strange movements. Zhao Jinmai seemed to be peering towards the door of the international arrivals, occasionally clutching his mobile phone tightly, as if waiting for someone. Is this a coincidence? Or is there something he's waiting for? Comments netizens who first uploaded the video on social media. This is where all the speculation begins. The name that is always called. In recent months, Zhao Jinmai's name has often been juxtaposed with Zhang Linghe, a rising actor. Their chemistry in the latest drama successfully made the audience vapor, and rumors of a personal relationship began to circulate. However, the two have always rebuffed, saying that their relationship is limited to professional colleagues. However, the entertainment world is never satisfied with just that answer. Fans are always looking for loopholes, and now, that moment at the airport is irrefutable proof, at least for the public. Is it true that he is waiting for Zhang Linghe? Asked a fan in the comments. If it's true, it means they have a deeper relationship than just colleagues. Add another. As if coals were thrown into the fire, speculation continued to flare up. Zhao Jinmai's every move that afternoon was now recorded, analyzed, and dissected in as much detail as possible. Restless wait. The clock is already 5 in the evening. International arrivals are getting more crowded. An assistant was seen not far from Zhao Jinmai, trying to distract the public by pretending to be busy arranging suitcases. However, the observant eyes of fans cannot be lied to. Zhao Jinmai several times opened the mask slightly to breathe a sigh of relief, then hurriedly put it on again. He glanced at his watch, bit his lip, then smiled slightly at his phone. I suspect he just received a message. A few minutes later, the glass doors opened, and the crowd greeted the return of passengers from abroad. Amid the cheers, a fan's camera filmed a tall figure in a black hoodie, Zhang Linghe. Despite trying to be humble, his tall and charismatic face was impossible to hide. At that moment, the public's heart skipped a beat. A look that cannot be hidden. Zhao Jinmai tried to remain standing in the corner, as if he didn't know her. Yet the camera captured how his eyes followed Zhang Linghe's steps attentively. The gaze is not just the gaze of an ordinary colleague. There's longing, there's awkwardness, there's something that can't be faked. Zhang Linghe walked out while looking down, but his gaze briefly glanced in the direction where Zhao Jinmai was standing. Just a split second, but enough to make the audience of the tape convinced. They know each other's existence. Inaudible conversations. Some fans testified that they saw Zhao Jinmai moving in the same direction as Zhang Linghe, but at a safe distance. The assistant covers, trying to create a personal space. Airport CCTV cameras showed a moment where they paused in a quiet hallway, as if talking quickly. No sounds, just gestures. Zhao Jinmai looked down in embarrassment, while Zhang Linghe briefly raised an eyebrow and smiled faintly. That's enough to make the virtual world go wild. Look at the way he smiled at Jinmai. That's a special smile, wrote a netizen. It can't be a coincidence. They obviously met secretly. Media unearths the facts. The next day, entertainment media began to raise this issue as headlines. Photos captured by amateur cameras spread on news portals. Sensational titles are popping up. Zhao Jinmai was caught waiting for someone at the airport. Is it Zhang Linghe? Secret meeting at the airport. Fans believe there is a special connection. Zhao Jinmai's agency chose silence, while Zhang Linghe's agency only briefly replied, "It's just a coincidence they didn't meet." But the public is hard to believe. Too many details indicate that the meeting was real. Fans split. Fans were divided into two camps. Some are in full support, calling them a matched pair that ends up looking real in the real world. They flooded social media with the hashtag #LingheMai, hoping the relationship was real. However, others are worried. They considered that this gossip could interfere with the careers of both of them who were at the top. If they're really dating, let it be a private affair. Media stay out of it, wrote a wise fan. Even so, curiosity cannot be extinguished. Moments unfold behind the scenes. A crew member who worked on their latest drama spoke anonymously. He said that during the filming, Zhang Linghe and Zhao Jinmai did look familiar behind the scenes. They often laugh together, share snacks with each other, and even look fun chatting even though there is no camera. Their chemistry is real, not just acting, said the crew. This statement further reinforces the notion that the moment at the airport was just a small culmination of a larger relationship. Undisclosed meeting. A week after the incident at the airport, new news appeared. Some fans claim to see them coming out of a small Japanese restaurant in Beijing at night. There are no clear photos, only silhouettes. However, netizens remain convinced. The media began to call the airport the beginning of everything. A moment that confirmed that the old rumors were not just gossip. The mystery that never goes away. Although until now there has been no official statement from both sides, the story of the airport continues to live in the hearts of fans. The amateur video featuring Zhao Jinmai looking down nervously and Zhang Linghe smiling faintly at him was already proof enough for many. Maybe they'll never admit it openly. Maybe it will just be a secret behind the scenes. But one thing is certain. That moment at the airport has made little history in the world of Chinese entertainment. And for fans, the story will continue to be retold, about the day Zhao Jinmai was captured on camera, waiting silently, only to encounter Zhang Linghe.